In the year 3000, humanity has reached an incredible level of technological advancement. For example, humanity is becoming a Type 2 civilization. A Type 2 civilization is able to harness the power of its entire neighboring star. In order to accomplish this, humanity is now building a Dyson sphere. This hollowed shell will be of such gigantic proportions that it could one day fully enclose the sun and capture all of its solar output. Under the direction of a godlike superintelligence, huge numbers of automated, self-replicating ships are building it using material from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, the Kuiper belt close to Pluto's orbit, and the Oort cloud, which is the most distant region of the solar system. This Dyson sphere will harvest more energy per second than was harvested in several centuries in the not-too-distant past. The interior walls will have a gravitational field similar to Earth's and will be comprised of entirely new states of matter that were unknown to science in previous centuries. These walls can withstand the immense tensile forces required to maintain structural integrity. This curved and unbelievably large surface is equivalent to millions of Earths. Portions of this sphere could be terraformed and given stable atmospheres, oceans, and land masses, and it could become a habitat for many sentient life forms, including biological humans, transhumans, clones, and androids. There are plans to construct Dyson spheres of varying sizes in nearby star systems as well. Additionally, when harvesting stellar material, humans will use a practice known as star lifting, which involves lowering the temperature of the sun and postponing its death by billions of years. Number 2. Over 100,000 Earth-like worlds have been occupied. At this point, a region of nearly 1,000 light-years in radius has been inhabited by humans. That represents about 2% of the length of the Milky Way galaxy. These Earth-like worlds include planets, moons, and asteroids that have the conditions to support biological life. Humans are well underway to becoming a galaxy-wide species. Number 3. Some humans are living for hundreds of years. Since the invention of digital immortality, some humans from the early 2100s are still alive. The majority of these humans are living in massive hyperrealistic simulations. Others are using synthetic and biological bodies created for them in the physical world. Some of the most powerful and wealthiest humans in the past used their immortality to run a series of multi-century business and government empires. They also created countless digital clones of themselves to oversee varying factions of their organizations. Number 4. An entire galaxy has been simulated. This simulated galaxy contains atoms and laws of physics that are very similar to our own universe. Civilizations are forming on planets and moons in this galaxy, and they're 100% convinced that their reality is real. Some of the most advanced civilizations have already invented telescopes to view distant astronomical objects in their simulation. To handle this, the simulation displays holographic images of distant galaxies to them. Some of the civilizations in the simulation are even on the verge of creating their first artificial general intelligence, placing them at the same level of technological development as humans in the early 2000s. Number 5. Biological organisms are able to be created in minutes. For some time now, it's been possible to create robots and synthetic bodies within minutes using advanced versions of nanotechnology and programmable matter. Now, it only takes minutes to replicate biological organisms using DNA databases and the necessary assortment of molecules. These organisms usually take the form of beings in simulations, holograms, and holodecks, so that humans are able to refine their appearances and behaviors before bringing them to the real world. It's even possible to create entirely new species by adjusting the parameters of biological features. Number 6. Mars has been terraformed. Well before the year 3000, Mars has been turned into a planet that's able to support a wide variety of animal and plant life. By the 2300s, frozen lakes and ponds were already beginning to form in some regions. This was followed by successful growing of the first mosses and lichen that were genetically adapted to withstand a harsher environment. Entire seas and oceans began to appear in the 2400s, along with the first trees, various plant species, and insects. A series of chain reactions and positive feedback loops began to accelerate this process even further. By the 2500s, a wide variety of animals were introduced, including fish, birds, reptiles, and mammals. Eventually, it was declared safe for non-enhanced, fully biological humans to walk on the surface of Mars without spacesuits. Humanity has created a second Earth. Number 7. Venus has been terraformed. Venus is now a habitable Earth-like planet. Its entire orbit was shifted further away from the Sun to bring it closer to the Goldilocks zone, where biological life is able to exist. This led to the average temperatures stabilizing at 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Additionally, its day and night cycle was accelerated from 117 days to 24 hours. Comets made of ice were redirected from the Oort cloud and the Kuiper belt. These comets were guided through the solar system and into the upper atmosphere of Venus, releasing vast quantities of water. Other techniques involved capturing and removing carbon dioxide in Venus's atmosphere. This was achieved by dispersing nanobots into the air. These nanobots absorbed carbon dioxide and other toxic gases and replaced them with breathable air. Venus now has multiple tropical oceans and 2 dominant land masses, along with a number of smaller subcontinents and islands. Humanity has created a third Earth. Thanks for watching. Make sure to watch this next video in this video series.